please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Hi, a very good afternoon. Well, it's turning out to be a great day for the markets after that big Moody's upgrade that came through. Let's get on to that big story then. In a big boost to the Indian economy, Moody's has upgraded India's sovereign rating to Baa2 from Baa3 and changed the outlook to stable from positive. Lata Venkatesh caught up with Deepak Parekh, Chairman HDFc, and began by asking him his view on the upgrade.
We deserved it much earlier. And rating agencies always take their sweet time, and they take 3 months, 6 months to keep analyzing and see what happens. If they are ready to upgrade and some negative thing happens, they'll again delay it by 3 months. So I think it was long overdue. And I always feel that the rating agencies have not been fair on India, because particularly the last year, year and a half, the number of reforms, and these are transformational reforms.
Absolutely.
These are big bang reforms. These are not incremental reforms. And these have been executed by the government. And on these grounds, they should have done it much earlier.
Okay. No, I take your point on that. But it is important that they're doing it when crude has come back to 65. And when there is a possibility that the fiscal deficit instead of 3.2 would be 3.3, in spite of it, it has come. So good that they delayed, maybe. You think this significantly changes the way in which India Inc. can access money?
No, cost of capital will come down. But if you see the way the oil is going, okay, I don't know whether at what level it will stop, because there's total confusion and there is a lot of uncertainty in the OPEC countries, particularly Saudi, who is the biggest producer. And you know, the purge that has happened in Saudi Arabia, the jury is still out. How is it going to take its turn? What impact is it going to have? Saudi has problems with Yemen. Saudi has problems with Iran. They have a massive investment program, creating a new city, and all kinds of things are happening in that part of the world.
Yes.
The conflict between Saudi and UAE on one side and Qatar on the other side.
No, but with an upgrade, we are better prepared for such...
Yeah, we are better. Our reserves are $400 billion. We've never had a $400 billion in our kitty. And so certainly we are better prepared. I think up to 75, 80 we can manage. But going back to 100, 115 would be a killer for India.
No, I think shale is there as our trump card. But
and you know, there is something that in a decade's time, it says that US will supply 80% of the crude. In a decade's time, which is not too far away. Yeah. And I think the oil-producing countries must understand that if they want to remain in the market, and they have to be loyal to their customers who have been buying oil from them, crude from them from such a long time.
Okay. Well, more importantly, in terms of raising money, you all have just raised money from IFC at an extremely attractive rate, I understand, 7.1.
I don't think it's done yet. I have to check. Last time I think we were getting 6.9.
Okay. Well, in that case, with this kind of an upgrade, you all move practically with the sovereign. So it can get even a few more basis points.
Maybe a few more bips. Better.
Okay. What is your sense about the economy itself? We have another very big card that the government is playing, in the sense of using the housing sector to pump prime the economy. And recently, as in just a few hours ago, the minimum carpet area has been upped by about 50%. Your sense, you think housing can be that engine?
I'm certain housing will be that engine, because it impacts so many industries, and the thrust that the government has given for housing, I have not seen in 40 years I've been with HDFC. This is the maximum thrust the government has given. I think rightly so, because there's so much shortage, and housing really kickstarts the economy. The steel and the cement, the building materials, labor and unemployment and creating adequate jobs is still work in progress. And how do we create labor? Construction of roads, phenomenal program by government. Railways, phenomenal program by government. Affordable housing, phenomenal program. These three areas take a large amount of employment, can take a large amount of labor, and the emphasis is right. Show me one industry which is tax-free if you build homes. Affordable homes, a builder builds up to 2021, there is no tax. And it's a huge incentive. And I see big players getting into affordable homes. Now, the impact to people like us will still take a couple of quarters because people are buying land. Land buying is not easy. It's the most complex thing. And on the outskirts, some municipalities are not there, local authorities are there, then you do check, then you get plans approved. So actual construction will still take 2-3 quarters, but I know a large number of big builders who build luxury homes are now concentrating on affordable.
No, actually coming to that, you know, at the last one, MIG2 carpet, minimum carpet.
It's not carpet, minimum area.
Minimum area has now gone up to 150 square meters. That's what, 1500 square feet. That's a very decent home, even in the outskirts of Mumbai.
Yeah.
So you think?
I think they have been very liberal.
Yeah, you think there is an inventory with a lot of builders. You think some of that could get cleared up?
See, inventory that is there with builders, let me tell you, these are very expensive flats. These are 5 crores and above, or 3 crores and above, at least in Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore. Maybe in Pune and Hyderabad, they may be 2.5 crores.
They will come within this category?
They may not come within this category. But affordable homes, homes of 50 lakhs to a crore are easily taken up. So inventory in the low housing, in the housing of affordable is not there. Inventory is there in 70th stories, 80th story, and these types of high-rise buildings in Mumbai.
Okay. Well, let me come back to the upgrade itself. You know, it has come even as our reforms have just started. I mean, GST is still, you know, only 4 months old, 5 months old. Likewise, attaching Aadhaar to the bank account, getting more people into the formal net, all that has just begun. Do you think that we may very soon get another upgrade? Because a rise in tax to GDP ratio, I feel, is around the corner.
No, as I said, it's too little, too late. And again, I'm disappointed that they've not put they've put stable and not positive in that too. So you know, they just cover themselves all the time. And
no, I mean, we have had a long wait for this upgrade. The question I'm asking is do you think the next one can be quicker?
I think it should be quicker. Look at the progress we are making on tax collections. Look at the progress we are making on telecommunication. The tele density in the rural areas is 60%, 58%. Please see, in 2002 it was 2%. From 2% to 60%, where 60% of our population live. It's a huge increase. Look at the number of internet users in India. Some 400 million, increasing. Look at the 300 million smartphones, increasing every day. This is how they get education. This is how they get exposure. This is how they get experience. You know, you look at any numbers. Look at the money that has come into the mutual fund industry.
Oh, yes. I was coming to that.
33 companies have raised $11 billion in the primary market this year. 33 companies, $11 billion.
Absolutely, that's massive.
Massive amount.
That. Okay, so you know, at the moment the FII debt cap has already been reached. India has always been very careful. 5% of outstanding G-Secs is all we allow for FPIs. But therefore, do you think that equity money can be huge? Rupee, all this is still got ways to go?
See, when the cap was reached, the Reserve Bank removed some of the things out of it. So I think we still have some way to go.
Yes.
Like masala bonds were removed. Masala bonds.
So masala is actually out of the cap.
Out of the cap. And we have done 4 issues of masala, and NTPC and others have done fair number of companies.
Actually, masala may become more attractive now, no? Because the rupee is strengthened.
Rupee strengthened, the rating has gone up. So we have to see how when London opens today, what is our existing outstanding notes quoting at? Whether there's a
So, availability of capital you think could get
you see the number of stressed assets, take for instance. Now that we are proceeding on NCLT, you see the number of overseas players who are interested in coming into India on that. Again, the special situation funds people. Apart from the Blackstone and the Brookfield and the KKR, you also have JC Flower, you see DPQ, you have so many of them have joined hands with different Indian parties. So there is a fair amount of, there's a fair amount of dry powder with the PE. And you will see in these bids, which in January you'll start seeing the bidding. Deadline is January. For some of the companies, because the minimum number of days gets over, and if it doesn't happen, then it should go into liquidation. That's what the rule says. So I'm sure there will be some progress till then.
As we speak, the markets are holding well in the green. A quick check on the option space, though. The PCR, remember, that fell from around 1.4 all the way to around 1.13, but from there it's rebounded, and today, in fact, it's holding at around 1.24 approximately, clearly telling you there's a fair bit of action on the put side. So we're moving higher. When you're trending higher, the 10,300 put, that's active, so that's good news. The bulls trying to make in a bit of a base over there. Even the 10,400 put, that as well is fairly active. So between them, they've added more than 30 lakh shares. A lot of writing is being seen at around that 10,300 mark. 10,350 as well, by the way, should come up for you on the screen. So writing being seen over there. Someone who took a bit of a gamble yesterday, went ahead, bought a call, would be making good money. 10,600 call. The premium is moved up. The markets are moving up. So obviously you'll be making some money, though that's way out of the money as we speak. Adjusted for brokerage, etc. You'll not be making too much of money. But the look on the screen tells you that in fact you would have doubled your money. The encouraging part is we have been seeing a lot of call writing in the last few days. Now those call writers, they are packing their bags. They're saying Moody's has upgraded. They're just winding up their positions and getting out of the market. So 10 lakh shares have been unwound at the 10,200 call. 10,300 call as well should come up for you. Between them, we have seen unwinding to the tune of nearly around 15 lakh shares. So just keep that in mind. Options pictures looking good. When you see the market trending up, you're seeing put writing. That's always a good sign. And in fact, some of those call writers, they're packing their bags and moving out of the markets. But we've got plenty of queries really to answer. So let's get in our guest first. Prakash Gaba is waiting with us in the studio. Thanks so much, Prakash, for waiting by. And Avinash joins in to help us out with the fundamentals as well. Hey, Avinash, thanks so much for joining in. Well, let's get to our first caller. I think we should have Ruby. Ruby writes to us from Kolkata. She holds 20 shares of Maruti Suzuki at a price of around 7,300 rupees since the last 1 week. Long-term investor, wants to know whether or not to hold or to sell. Not too sure about the time frame that she's bought it, but 7,300 is the buy price. Prakash, let's come across to you first. What do you say about this one?
Just hold on. It's a good basic structure, positive. Upside is on, taking a good bounce from 8,100 levels. Take out all-time high of 8,100. Where does it go from there? Who knows? May go to even 10,000. May take its own sweet time. Hold on.
Okay, all right, Prakash. I think Avinash is with us as well. Avinash, could you give us your view?
I think, Nigel, Maruti should definitely be held on because, within the passenger car space, they've shown very healthy trajectory in their domestic volume growth. And another key development which has happened is they've signed up an agreement with Toyota Motors for electric vehicles. These vehicles are going to be launched by 2020. So I think, even in the electric vehicle space, hopefully, Maruti should make a decent presence once operations start. So I think all in all, it's a very good long-term investment kind of holding. And I think, in the medium to long term, as Prakash says, we could see a 4-figure mark definitely. So keep on holding and much more wealth could be further be created. Okay, all right, Avinash. Well, more wealth can be created. But by the way, just keep an eye on a couple of stocks. BPCL, that's moved to the low point of the day. So that's taken a sharp downtick. But also keep an eye out on these pharma stocks. Some of them are moving very, very well. Pull up the pharma index, I think. You have Sun Pharma that's moved to the high point of the day. Dr. Reddy's as well is moving higher. And Auto Pharma as well
is moving higher as we speak. So just keep an eye out on a few of these stocks. Well, what we'll do...
Well, you know, I just want to add for Sun Pharmaceuticals, obviously the big trigger would be the BASCA inspection, the BASCA facility inspection, which the company had acknowledged on their conference call earlier this week as well. So I think that would be very relevant at this point in time. We don't have any company confirmation in terms of what has taken place, but logically, the inspection would have ended today. And then, you know, obviously there would be a lot of speculation, but unless the company confirms, you can't really